So what is original sin? The correct understanding of original sin is that through Adam and Eve, we have been sold to the devil. What is the goal of the Christian life? The goal of the Christian life is to escape from the evil one and belong only to God. Why is having a disciplined spiritual life so important in combating the devil? Good acts make virtue easier, and evil acts make vice easier. We must bind ourselves tightly to the virtues supported by divine grace. Virtue helps us bring a sense of cohesion and unity to our lives. The more we grow in virtue, the more we grow in unity. And the more we grow in unity, the more we draw closer to God. Is one's affliction always mental, or is it demonic? Is it always one or the other? Or could it be that there is a combination of the two? Now, the answer is, it is usually not a question of one or the other, but a combination of both. For example, did someone have a demonic episode that caused the mind to fracture? That is why people need spiritual and psychological healing and must be open to therapy. It shouldn't be, should I see the priest or the therapist, but it should always be a combination of the two. Does exorcism exist within other faith traditions? Ultimately, it is God who has the governing power over the forces of evil and of darkness. The power comes from the divine. In Luke's Gospel, chapter 9, verses 49 and 50, we read, "Master, we saw a man casting out demons in your name, and we forbade him, because he does not follow with us. But Jesus said to him, 'Do not forbid him, for he that is not against you is for you.'" The key ingredient is to be a person of God who uses the power of the name of Jesus. For Catholics, exorcism is a liturgical rite with a prescribed ritual as to how it should be performed. Religious ritual is important because it reenacts the victory of God over the devil. Why has there been an increase in the number of priests appointed as exorcists in recent years? And the answer is because the church needs to address the issue of exorcism and the reality of evil so that people do not seek help from the wrong sources. When I was appointed an exorcist, I became one of about 12 in the United States, and again today that number is more than 175. As I mentioned earlier, and it's worth repeating again, an imperative exorcism is like a nuclear weapon. It is in our arsenal, but it is not always called for. Catholics need to turn first to the sacramental life of the church. Again, if you believe you're under attack, go to confession. Talk to your parish priest. It is common for evil spirits to gather in clusters and work together and to be under the coordination of a single master or manager spirit. Just as there is a hierarchy within the angelic world, there is a hierarchy in the demonic world. At the center of resistance to the demonic is courage, courage that is rooted in our faith in Jesus Christ. As we read in 1 John chapter 4, verse 18, perfect love casts out fear. Whenever we grow in our love for God, we crowd the devil out. Superstition about demonic forces and what they're capable of must be dispelled. We should never give the devil and his demons more credit and power than they deserve. God and the devil are not on the same playing field, and we should never treat them as equals.